Hi everybody, I'm CS Nell, coming to you here from Singapore, where I'm actually want to tell you a little bit of what happened to me today. This morning I had a great conversation with my son, and yes, I do spend every morning having breakfast with both my kids. And that's not by just happening, that's actually by design. The conversation went something like this, and to give you a bit of background, my son is absolutely obsessed with driving. He loves it, he loves everything about cars. I don't know where he gets it from, but he just loves it. And I'm trying to encourage him. As a parent, I always try to encourage him to reach for the most that he can reach for. Now the conversation went around future technologies and where things are heading. Now, knowing that he loves driving and also knowing where cars are heading these days, I thought it was wise of me to discuss it with him this morning. The discussion was purely around driverless cars and discussing with him how this will influence him in the future and what else he can do to actually use this to his full potential, to reaching out something more than just himself. Now we went through the discussion, and it's at a point he came back to me and said to me, you know what, but I will just not buy a driverless car, I will just buy a normal car. And I said to him, well, that's wise, but other people won't. Other people will go and buy the driverless cars. It is the future technology. There's a reason why a lot of motor manufacturing companies are now scrambling, because of companies like Tesla, who's bringing out driverless cars. It's totally taking over the market. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this, and you're probably asking yourself, well, nice story, dude. The reason why I'm telling you this is actually, what is the future technologies that's going to influence you? What is the things that's happening right now that is actually totally going to revolutionize your era and your environment and everything that you do from day-to-day basis? If we look at it, there's so many technologies that came out. If we look back a little bit in history, we had stuff like DVD rental stores, we had bookstores, we had libraries, and we still have these things. But is it really that important anymore? Are people really using it that much anymore? Are people even use something like a CD? Everything has been digitized, and there's a couple that's been left behind and didn't know where to go on the next things. And they were stuck into a point where they had to scramble, that all of a sudden they needed to change from one day to the next, just because they didn't keep a view on what is the things that's happening right now. Now, some of the things that's changing big time in our world today, and especially in the world of architecture, where I fully believe it will impact everything that we do, is the area of artificial intelligence. Now, in artificial intelligence, there's 7 main areas in there. Area number 1 is speech. And this is something that we're already familiar with. This voice to text, text to voice. The second one is natural language processing. Now, it's a little bit different from the first one. The third one is vision, recognizing things and seeing things, and also machine vision, which is depth analytics, pattern analytics, and recognition. Then after that, you go into things that are a little bit more sci-fi-ish. One of them is robotics, the ability to move around, and these things has been experimented with for a very long time. Then you're going into the fifth one, which is actually more about deep thinking and deep learning, or machine learning as they call it. Now here's where things starts getting very interesting, because this is the area where you start getting stuff like big data, system analytics, all these things that are actually influencing our life currently. From here on, we move to stuff such as planning and scheduling and operations, and how machines has been taking over a lot of these parts of our life also, and how these things has been already been automated. And then the last one that I want to talk about is expert systems. Now, these are just 7 little areas within artificial intelligence itself. My question to you is, how is this going to influence your life? How are you changing to stay ahead of these trends that is coming? It's there, it's coming. So how are you staying ahead? Now, I would like to invite you to this Friday. I'm having an exclusive webinar for a selected few people. I would like to invite you to this free webinar. Come and have a chat with us. In this webinar, I would introduce you to my Live by Design system that I have been developing over the last few years of my practice in architecture. So please join me. The link is up above. Just copy and paste the link in there, or just straight on click on the link. Hit like on this video if you like it. Leave a few comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you think future technologies will influence your life going forward. I'm looking forward to seeing you this Friday. All the best.